Lebanon's GDP could finally start recovering for the first time since the beginning of the crisis in 2019. The years since 2019 have seen the GDP get slashed by more than 2 times, plunging the economy into one of the worst economic crises in modern history. Now in 2024, the country might start to see the light at the end of a very dark tunnel. The UN report forecasts Lebanon's GDP to grow by 1.7% in 2024 and 3.8% in 2025. But it did not, however, cite what the drivers of growth would be. Funny enough, the World Bank said it was not producing any forecast for 2024 due to high uncertainty in light of the current geopolitical situation. Meanwhile, the GDP has long been criticized for its limitations, namely its failure to take into account the underground economy, but also its failure to take into account things like citizens' well-being, income inequality, and quality of life of the citizens in a given country. Luckily, other indices have been put together or have been created in order to fill in the gaps or counter the shortcomings of the GDP. One of them is the Gini index or the Gini coefficient, which serves to measure income inequality in a given country. Now, before the crisis, the Gini index had stood at 0.5 in 2017, according to data published by the UNDP, ranking Lebanon at 129 out of 141 countries in terms of equal income distribution. In 2019, on the other hand, the UNESCO had reported Lebanon's Gini coefficient to be around 0.81, confirming the rise of income inequality and poverty gaps in Lebanon. Lebanon's Gini index was considered amongst the highest in the world. Unfortunately, the number hasn't been updated since, and with more than half of the population living below the poverty line in Lebanon, we believe that the gap between the rich and the poor has further widened considerably.